ladies and gentlemen, now with our main topic today. We're discussing the latest developments and the deteriorating situation in the Gaza Strip. 100 days have passed on the start of the war of Israeli occupation troops on the Gaza Strip. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to shed more light on this. Egypt have slammed the Israeli allegations at the International Court of Justice that Egypt was responsible for any blocking of the aid that enters to Gaza from the Egypt side. We are going to shed more light on the latest developments in the Gaza Strip. So we have the pleasure to have this phono. Well, also the head of the State Information Service, Mr. Dia Rashwan, have said that Israeli officials, including Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, have repeatedly said that they would not allow the aid to enter to Gaza, or even they banned the fuel to enter to the Gaza Strip. And he added that Egypt has the sovereignty only on the Egyptian side of the Rafah border crossing. Well, to shed more light on the latest developments in the Gaza Strip, we have the pleasure to have this phono with His Excellency Ambassador Medhat Miligy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good morning, Your Excellency.
Good morning to you.
Well, Your Excellency, the latest developments in the Gaza Strip, we're shedding more light on it, and especially with Egypt slamming the Israeli allegations that it was from the Egyptian side who have banned the entrance of the aid and the humanitarian aid. Egypt said that it's from the Israeli side who have banned the entrance of the humanitarian aid and fuel. So what's your comment on this?
Well, first of all, ever since the deal was made for the facility of the Rafah border was established, it was known that it's a four-party agreement, including the United States and Israel and Egypt and the European Union. So actually, everybody knows that Egypt is not solely alone on the entrance, although it's of course responsible for the Egyptian side of the Rafah border, but the Israeli side is controlling the other side of the border. So accordingly, if Egypt wants to get any trucks or any humanitarian aid, for whatever reason, it has to organize this with Israel, or it can be shot. Trucks who are entering can be shot. And this is not the first time that Egypt is denying this. We have heard many officials from the Israeli government before this current trial in The Hague, accusing Egypt of being the responsible of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and many Egyptian officials have explained in a very clear way that Egypt is not alone responsible for the border. Egypt is responsible for its side of the border. However, any border in the world has two sides. The other side, from the Palestinian area, is controlled by Israel. And that's how it controls who can enter and who can get out of the Gaza Strip.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Miligy, why is Israel changing the truth? It happened that from the Israeli side, the humanitarian aid was banned from the Israeli side, and especially since the 7th of October, the first 2 weeks or the first 3 weeks, Egypt was unable to enter anything or to pass anything because the border from the Palestinian side is under the control of Israel. So what's your comment on this?
Well, it's very simple. Israel is in a very bad situation because of the trial. As most observers have seen, South Africans have made a very strong case against the genocide that is taking place in Palestine, against the Palestinian people. And even yesterday, after seeing the Israeli defense. And although the smart team and a very strong legal team, but they couldn't, due to the evidence that were presented the day before from South Africa, they couldn't actually defend themselves in a very good manner. And
Yes.
accordingly, they are trying to even lie about the border to prove that Israel is innocent from the crime of genocide.
Yes.
And in this field, they can't do anything except by telling this lie.
Yes, from the also deteriorating situation that U.S. and United States and Britain have hit targets of Houthis in Yemen. So how do you see the dangers of this step, and could things go out of control in the region or what?
Well, this is the possibility, of course. As you know, the Houthis are supported by the Iranians, and although the many threats from the United States to Iran not to interfere with the current situation in the Middle East, however, the Houthi have escalated from their side by attacking ships that are going to Israel. According to the Houthis, they only attack the boats that are going to Israel. However, the United States and its allies are seeing this as a threat to the maritime routes in the Red Sea, and accordingly, they attack the Houthis in order to deter them from doing such acts in the future. We don't know what the reaction of the Houthis so far. They will try, of course, to attack any Western and American interests in the region, and this might add to the war that is going right now, which is one of Israel's purposes, is to extend the war. They wanted to implicate Egypt before. They asked the Americans clearly to defend its interests in the Red Sea, and accordingly, the Americans have taken the action of securing the maritime route by attacking the Houthis. And I think it's also, in a way, beneficial to Egypt, because Egypt is having its interest in the Suez Canal threatened by those attacks. Many boats we heard before have changed from going to Suez Canal to turn all around Africa, which is costing more money and actually affecting the Suez Canal source of money. So by less boats coming in. But so this is the situation right now. But they think that this attack will not be followed by others, and they hope that the Houthis will understand the message that attacking boats is not the way to express themselves as supporting the Palestinian cause.
Yes, so Your Excellency Ambassador Miligy, with the division of the whole world, some nations and some countries are supporting the strikes by the U.S. and Britain to the Houthis targets in Yemen. Others are not, some are supporting and others are not supporting. And for example, Italy, Spain and France stood out on Friday by not taking part in the attack of the or strikes of the U.S. and the British, and they rejected signing a statement that was signed by 10 countries justifying the attacks. So this division and also the division of some countries concerning the court of the International Court of Justice, some are supporting and some are against. So this division that Israel drove the whole world inside this dilemma. What do you think, or what is the scenario that you think about?
Well, concerning the International Court of Justice, there have been many statements from American officials. They are stating that it's useless and that it's aimless. And of course, in their support to Israel, they are ready to turn a blind eye on the genocide that's taking place in Palestine. However, every country is deciding what it will do. according to its own interests, according to its relations with the United States, according to the internal pressure that is taking place in this or that country. I mean, we've seen recently many demonstrations taking place in Palestine, in the world actually, the Western world for Palestine, even in the United States, and the pressure is mounting. We've seen President Biden being attacked verbally by many Americans who are accusing him of participating in this genocide by providing arms and political support to Israel. So at the end, the internal pressure is becoming now one of the most important elements in this war that is taking place in Palestine. And that's why we see the beginning of a divergence in position between Israel and the United States. Having said that, but this is not so far translated into real threats to Israel, that it has to stop the war and the war crimes that are taking place in Palestine and in Gaza especially. But as I said before, and they still repeat, I only believe the United States in what they do and not in what they say, because their position is usually, their official position is usually in favor of the Palestinian state, in favor of the ban of forced displacement of Palestinians. However, they are not doing enough to really implement what they are talking about and what their statement is about.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Your Excellency Ambassador Medhat Miligy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break and I'm going to be back with you.